compensate for $37,000.
That's right.
Yeah. Because somebody's
To give the city basically what we had last year.
Our total tax revenue was $37,000 of $491,000 is 7%. It's a 7% tax rate increase.
I can tell you, yeah. The worksheet from the county. The certified tax rate is 0.001244. That would generate $491,304. The tax rate, if we were to budget $528,049, same amount as last year, that tax rate would be 0.001337.
9%.
And if you did the math,
It can't be more than 7 because you're only generating that amount of money.
back to kind of what Mike was saying, for tax year 2009, our taxable valuation in the city was $474,000. That is decreasing, for whatever reason that I don't understand, by more than $20 million down to $454 million.
So the valuations would be bad.
Valuation is going down quite a bit.
I can understand that theory because our values go down, we want to say keep it, so we raise the rate going up so that we keep the
But
same.
the dollar amount would have been the same. That's the thing.
Yeah, but paying for somebody else's and eventually collecting and somebody keeping the money, that doesn't figure for.
We do it all the time.
If it does get
You buy a shirt at the store, you're paying for somebody else's selling.
Yeah.
Well, I understand that, but eventually, on taxes, they get paid, somebody pays them, and then where does the money go?
We get it.
We get it back,
Yeah, but we get our portion of it.
a portion back, as long as we, but,
All taxing entities get their portion of the back taxes.
I just
This
wonder,
is comparable, very much so, it's from a different direction, to the same kind of thing that we have to do with the sewer fee. The sewer district raised their fee to the city, said your cost to dump your sewer in our sewer district is X amount of dollars. Well, that was an increase to the point that we had to add on a small amount of sewer fee to the individual lots paying it. Well, now the state said, we're gonna, from an offset, we're gonna
Figure this
take away some of your money because you're getting this extra money. So we're just passing through the exact same rate for the exact same reason. Somebody else made this decision that we're having to deal with it, and we're just doing it.
And I have to reiterate that the dollar amount budgeted is no higher, not even $1 higher than last year, if we were to approve the resolution.
okay, 2 weeks ago, we were reviewing, 2 weeks ago, we were reviewing the budget. We voted on the budget, we approved it.
with a 541, which was even higher.
Right. But in part of that discussion, there was a discussion of taking $60,000 out of the general fund and putting that into a capital fund. And Scott was here, I was here, we said, no, we better wait and see if the revenue is really at that level before we transfer money from general to. Now, I understand that it's going to reduce our reserve, but that was the very reason we didn't move that money into the fund, is in case this came up short, we wouldn't have to raise taxes.
even if the fund is gonna come up short anyway.
That's the way I voted, that's the way I understood it.
Actually, it was kind of the other way around. It was that if they did come in at or above, we could put the money in there. In other words, if we had
No, the talk was to put it in 2 weeks ago, and we said, no, wait.
That was an option we discussed, but the way I understood the issue was if revenues came in better than expected, that we could then discuss if we wanted to budget another 60.
Yeah, find the future account. That was the way it was.
Yeah.
That's the way I understood it. I can't speak for the
Why
rest.
is the first option always to raise taxes? Why is that always the first thing that we
That's
do?
never the first option.
Well, that's what we, when I went to the first committee meeting, that was the first option. We get this, that's the first option, raise taxes.
No, the first option is always to look at your cost of services, and that's what the.
Well, I'm afraid I have to disagree with you. When I was in that meeting, the first committee meeting, the proposal was to raise taxes
No, it
because
was not proposed to raise taxes.
because we were short on revenue.
No, I said that was an option that would have to be considered. I never said that that was the plan. That first meetings were always about, let's find the data to see where we're at. The departments had to come back and come and tell us where they were. And all we did is lay the facts on the table to say, here's where we had been. We've been on a declining mill levy rate for 5 years. And I just, at some point in time, we're gonna hit a wall. I don't know whether it's this year or not.
I remember it differently.
Okay. I wish Scott were here because he was the other one there to me. There was never a proposal. We were gathering facts.
The words that I heard were, we have no choice but to raise taxes.
No, I never said we had no choice to raise taxes. Because if we had no choice, we would have raised taxes.
No, that's what I kept pointing out. We do have a choice.
We did, and we took, and when the,
Reduced the
and
budget.
when the departments came back,
The issue at hand now is, we have a shortfall, and the proposal is to raise the tax rate.
in this case.
That's the
proposal
issue
is-
at hand.
Exactly. I don't disagree. It's to.
This is the option the state is giving us.
And I have a real serious problem, even though the state allows this increase, and we don't have to go through truth and taxation. I have a serious problem with the idea of raising taxes without at least having the people come in and make some comments. Without a public hearing. I know we don't have to, but I have a serious problem with that.
Well, again, we only learned about this a week ago, and we're on some serious deadlines here. That the clock started ticking 2 weeks ago when we passed the budget. Within 30 days, we have to submit the paperwork to Weber County that shows the dollar amount that we're budgeting for property tax. Is it 540.5? Is it 528? Whatever, or is it 491? And so obviously there was no time to advertise a public hearing for tonight. And come the next council meeting, it's too late. 30 days are already gone. So tonight's the night that the decision has to be made. And if the decision is not to pass the resolution, you guys are the ones that make that decision. But you have to know, if you don't pass the resolution, not only do we give up $30,000 of our taxing capacity minimum, that's a decision that will carry forward to the next year and every year after until you decide that there is a time to raise taxes. So it's not just this year, this is an ongoing issue.
It's that same principle that why I'm opposed to any kind of tax raise. Taxes never go down. It may be a relatively insignificant $20 per household type dollar, but it never goes down, it never goes away. It's year after year.
Is your background?
And it's that same principle, that's why I'm opposed to it.
My groceries go up every year too. My cost of owning an automobile go up every year.
Yeah.
My cost of, repairing my house goes up every year. Everything goes up.
That's called inflation.
It is, that's what it is, it's inflation. And, it's a reality that I have to face, and when I retire, I'll have to face it then too.
So you're in favor of it?
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that the reality of our society and the economy that we believe in is that things are gonna get more expensive. It's just gonna happen. Everything costs more than it did 10 years ago.
Well, I think it's
Now,
not
I
that.
have to make adjustments,
When my grocery bill goes up, I have the choice of not buying my groceries. When my tax bill goes up, I'm on the choice of to